Yo, what's going on guys, my name's BearTheBoff, or Bear, whatever you want to call me, and in today's video we're going to be going over the top 5 guns to Gunzerk with in Borderlands 2. Now I'm pretty sure everyone knows who Gunzerker is and what his ability is, but there are a lot of people out there that don't actually know some of the traits of Gunzerking and the reason that it's so good, so they're not fully aware of how to utilise the Gunzerker. So the most important trait that Gunzerking has is that it enables you to transfer the abilities and benefits from one weapon to another by Gunzerking both the guns at the same time. Now a lot of people will probably know this in its basic form, but they won't know fully how to utilise the maximum things you can do with this. So they'll know like you can do it with the Grog Nozzle and that will heal you with whatever weapon you use, but they won't know some of the more crazier things you can get into. So with this in mind, I'm not just going to be listing the highest damage dealing guns in this top 5, but guns that can actually add really useful benefits while Gunzerking as well. Also, just before we get into this, I just want to say this is my opinion. There's no special list that says these are the best weapons and these are factual evidence based best weapons in the game. These are just the weapons I have found to be the best for me in a lot of situations. If you disagree with me, then just let me know in the comments what you think about these and then what your top 5 is. So yeah, let's get into this. Now before you say no, that's not a typo, I just thought I'd get this one out of the way straight away, being as it's obvious that the Grog Nozzle is the most useful weapon for Gunzerking and the most useful weapon in general for UVHM and OP levels. This being the case because of its high slag chance, which is like necessary in Ultimate Vault Hunter mode. Without a doubt that is one of the most necessary things, and obviously the healing factor that the Grog has. I just thought, what's the point in having a countdown if it's obvious what number 1 is? To be honest, there isn't anything else to say about the Grog. It heals you with any damage you deal, has high slag chance. If that doesn't tell you how good this weapon is, I don't know what the fuck will. Okay, so starting off with number 5, we have the Ovenmaker. Now if you guys don't know what the Ovenmaker is, it is a shotgun that has a special effect of damaging you when you shoot it. Now the reason this weapon is so good is because if you Gunzerk this in your offhand, so your left hand, it no longer hurts you when shooting. So this completely takes away the thing that puts most people off the weapon, because most of the time when people come across this weapon, shoot it, realise it damages them, they don't really want to be adding to the damage they're already gaining in OP8 or whatever they're playing, so it kind of puts them off. But doing this, it completely takes that whole factor away. Also, the gun has a really short clip, so you can get to money shot really quick, meaning this gun has great damage. To be honest, majority of the time this isn't going to be something you're going to use in boss fights or anything like that, but for mob areas it's amazing. Plus it's a lot of fun to use. You'll probably end up going down an absolute shit ton because you're just rushing the hell out of enemies, but it's got the power to get you back up. Now, there isn't much else to say about this weapon. I just think it's an awesome weapon when used like this and a lot of fun to play around with. So coming in at number 4 is the Infinity. Now this isn't any specific Infinity, just the Infinity in general, and then I'll use whichever one is best for the situation I'm in. So if I'm in a flesh based area, I'll put a fire one on and just adapt to wherever I am. But yeah, the Infinity doesn't actually add any special benefits to Gunzerking with other weapons, and it really doesn't have that great damage. I mean, it's not terrible, but it's far from some of the damage you have with other guns. So what's the reason I like this gun so much? Well, it's because of how much survivability you have with this gun. When using this with the Grog, you are near enough unkillable as long as you have a target to shoot. Now I know all guns can heal you with the Grog, so you think why not choose another gun you already have, and then you've got an extra slot for another gun. But to be honest, a lot of the time guns later on in the game, like OP levels, they're actually projectile based guns, like the Unkempt Herald, like the Sandhawk, so it can sometimes be a pain in the ass to actually heal yourself back up, especially if you're fighting a boss such as like the dragons. When you're fighting the dragons, if you're trying to shoot an Unkempt at them, half the time you're going to miss. Even with its widespread, you're going to miss. You've either got the risk of going down and not being able to get back up unless you can just get a clutch moment, or you just, you know, whack on the Infinity. Also, the fact that it doesn't waste ammo is another great thing, being as you're going to want to use that ammo for your damage dealing gun, which most of the time with Gunzerker is going to be a pistol. So yeah, even though this weapon doesn't have amazing features to add to Gunzerking, I really love this weapon and find it to be a useful gun in pretty much any situation. So at number 3 we have the Innovator. To be honest, I really don't know what to say about this gun. I don't really know why it's so good, it just kind of is, if that makes sense. It's got really high fire rate, which is awesome because you can get money shot quicker. It has really high damage output and chains money shot really well, which with the fire rate can actually be a crazy amount of damage in such a short time. How fast it shoots and with money shot, it fucks with your screen, to be fair. You can't even see what's going on, it's that fast and that powerful. I guess another good thing is that it's actually a shotgun and not a pistol, so there's no point using the sheriff's badge with it, so you can add elemental relics to match whichever element you're using for extra damage. To be honest, I only really use this weapon in certain situations such as chrome racks and some mob areas, but in these situations it is really good, I'm not gonna lie. Now the thing that makes the Innovator is its bullet pattern. When you shoot a bullet, they split out to each side and meet again after some distance. Now if you get good at judging the distance between you and the enemy to make these bullets do this animation before they hit the enemy, it's got amazing damage. That's when it's at its full potential. So because of these things, a lot of people say that this gun is the best damage dealer to use for Gunzerking, and to be honest, I don't blame them. So at the number 2 spot we have the Unkempt Herald, but more specifically the double penetrating Unkempt Herald. Now this isn't any specific different one, it's just a different proficiency that basically has times 2 damage than the normal one. To be honest, I don't know what there isn't to say about this gun. It is amazing in every which way you can think. It has insane damage, especially when it's paired with some other guns while gunzerking. Literally the only boss that really stands a chance against this is Veracidus, and even then it still does work on him. As for mob enemies, yeah, they don't get more than a couple of seconds. It always seems to chain money shot really well, which is awesome. It has really wide spread, so when mobbing you can hit multiple enemies at once, not even have to worry about taking them down one by one. It also is a projectile based gun. Now the thing that is really good about this is if you're not gunzerking, I don't know, maybe you're waiting for it to cool down, you need to heal up. All you need to do is fire a shot and change to the grog quickly, and by the time the bullets get to the enemy you will already have the grog out, meaning all that damage that hits the enemy will generate into health, so you won't even have to worry about going down anything. It's such a good gun to get your health back. Literally the only thing I can say bad about this gun is the fact that the gun itself doesn't have any sort of abilities that it can transfer to other weapons while gunzerking. Then again, this gun isn't meant to do that. It's meant to be a damage dealing weapon that should be receiving abilities and benefits from other guns. So when you take that into account, this gun while gunzerking has pretty much no flaws at all. Now I will say normally this gun has quite a low fire rate, but with all the skills that Gunzerker has with buffing pistols combined with the Sheriff's Badge relic, it makes this low fire rate actually really fast. Now another great thing is with this gun a lot of the time you're going to be using the grog with it, naturally Gunzerking, and this gun really benefits from the grog's drunk effect, which happens a lot. And normally guns with the drunk effect, it can make the accuracy really shit, but because of how the spread of the unkempt is, it means that like when it's drunk it just shoots bullets everywhere and it doesn't even matter if you're not aiming properly because it will hit the target in some way. The crazy thing is if this gun chains money shot while being in the grog's drunk effect, which again that happens a lot, the damage is absolutely insane. Now normally people are tied between using this or the interfacer as their like main damage output, but me personally I've always preferred the unkempt, which is why it's higher on this list. And for number 1 guys, we have the Lady Fist. I can't even begin to tell you how many times this gun has saved my ass, like literally clutched it out of the darkest depths of hell and just brought me back up. It is crazy. This gun can change your fucking life with Gunzerker. The reason this gun is my favourite for Gunzerking and the reason it's so good is basically this gun has 800% bonus damage to critical hits, which when Gunzerking transfers to other weapons you have. So if you take an Unkempt Herald, which already has amazing damage, with Money Shot, the last shot deals 880% more if you're using the Kartakiv or Monk class mod with +6 to Money Shot. Now if you're Gunzerking and have the Lady Fist in your other hand while shooting this bullet, if that bullet hits a critical, which is what you'll normally be aiming for, I mean that's just naturally what you'll do, 800% damage is added on top of that. That's 1680% damage added on top of the Unkempt's already amazing damage. And the crazy thing is that's not even taking into account the bonus damage you get from slag, which is what, like ×4. So that's the Unkempt Herald's damage with 1680% damage added to it with then 4 times damage from slag. Yeah, that's a shit ton of damage. So what you would normally do to utilise this is on your equipped weapons you would have the grog in the second slot and the Lady Fist in the fourth. This means that you can hold the unkempt in your right hand while switching between these guns while gunzerking, so you'll switch between the Lady Fist and the grog constantly. Then what you do is hold the grog out with the Unkempt Herald or whatever gun you're using, it doesn't matter, but whatever gun you're using, and as you're bringing that gun down to the bottom of its clip to get to Money Shot, you're trying to slag the enemy with the grog whilst also keeping yourself alive. Now once you get to the bottom of your clip, quickly switch to the Lady Fist, and then when you shoot that Money Shot it gets that bonus crit damage. Now that probably seems really confusing, but honestly once you get into the habit of doing it, it's so easy, and it honestly just will change how, like, Gunzerker's already good, but when you do this it makes him even better, and a lot of people are just like, I didn't think it could get better, but it can happen. Now even though this is all the Lady Fist adds, it's still easily in my opinion the best gun to Gunzerk with. Just that one buff just adds so much to Gunzerking and so much to raid bossing and damage dealing that it is just the best gun to Gunzerk with in my opinion. Literally this, the Unkempt Herald and the grog are all you need to just destroy 90% of anything in this game. So yeah guys, those are my top 5 guns for Gunzerking. As at the start of the video, this is my opinion, so if there's anything that I missed that you feel deserve to be on the list, let me know in the comments your top 5, let me know what you think, and then I'll try and reply and tell you as to why I don't think they're the best. And yeah guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video. I thought it was a cool idea to do something like this. I mean, I've done the top 5 character builds, but that's like the only top 5 I've done, but I thought this was something that I could carry on doing and make loads of other things as well. So I don't know, like top 5 just weapons in general, top 5 grenades, skills, Easter eggs in the game, just anything, just a bit of fun, because I think it'll be a lot of fun to make for me as well. But yeah guys, I do hope you enjoyed this, and yeah, I'll catch you in the next one.